Well, hello once again. Yes, this is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from HASLINGDEN, due north of Manchester in the UK, on Friday the 9th of December 2011. Well, things have come to a pretty pass in the European scene in the last 24 hours. Britain is out on a limb once again, as we were before we joined the European Union. When the idea was first instigated in the 50s of an iron and steel community, in order to prevent the Germans from rearming and starting another war, our representative fell about laughing and walked out and said it would never work. Well, it has worked. Not many years later after that, we were knocking on the door to join. What is the real reason why Mr. Cameron vetoed any new treaty or any amendments to the treaties which have brought the 27 countries of the EU to their present status? Why? Apart from the fact that many of his backbenchers, who are avid Eurosceptics, were all bellowing and howling and shrieking for him to do so, no matter what the situation, they wanted him to do what he did, veto it. But secretly in the background, at least as far as the government is concerned, because they don't tell you this, the people who really were pulling the strings were the people in the City of London. Oh yes, the people in the City of London were afraid that if we signed up to it and signed away our powers over finance, or put ourselves in a situation where we would have to agree to what's called a Tobin tax or a Robin Hood tax, a tax on any fiscal transaction in the cities, in the financial centres, whether it be London or Frankfurt or Paris or Rome or wherever, they didn't want that. They're laughing all the way to the bank. Yes, they are, because these guys are the guys who gamble with money, and they're the kinds of people who got us into the fix we were in before. So they want London, the City of London, to stay a kind of tax haven for very rich guys, the guys who get £1 million bonus. I guarantee that all the pubs around the centre of London will be packed today with guys in pinstripe suits. When I was a boy, they would have all worn ties, but many today deem it fit not to wear a tie. Well, I don't believe in not wearing a tie, unless it's sort of 95 in the shade. That's Fahrenheit, by the way, not centigrade, excuse me. So, we missed the boat. We missed the opportunity of playing our part, because we were involved, whether we like it or not, in the kinds of financial shenanigans which go on day in, day out. Trillions upon trillions of pounds, dollars, Dutch, euros are all gambled and played games with by these guys in the city. The banks betting on which way certain share will go, which way a currency will go. They're gamblers, and they didn't want regulation. It's like Las Vegas not voting for prohibition. They didn't want to have the City of London in any way interfered with, so that they can go on freewheeling and wheeler-dealing, these spivs in the city, making fortunes and paying a top rate of 50% tax. Well, many, many years ago, when I was in the Inland Revenue, the top rate of tax was 97.5%. So, why they squeal when it's only 50%, I don't know. I mean, if you come down to basics, does anybody need more than £1,000 a week in their hand to live a good life in this country? Why does anybody need more than that? Why would anybody like a footballer want £100,000 a week? Are we all crazy? Haven't we been warned in the Bible and the Quran that greed is one of the 7 deadly sins? Well, we wouldn't listen. We all got greedy in the property boom, as it's called, and a previous property boom, and it brought us all to a sorry pass. Well, that's it for today. I will be back again later in the day when more developments have come to pass, so I can comment further. But that's it for today. God bless, while it's still legal here in the UK to say God bless. We are in interesting and difficult times. Bye for now.